Deputy Brady.
The only good thing to stem from the introduction of water charges, and believe me, there is only one good thing, and that's the awakening and the politicisation of an entire generation of people. Hundreds of thousands of people have mobilised since Fine Gael and Labour first implemented Fianna Fáil's blueprint for water charges. We've seen a coming together of progressive forces and the formation of the Right to Change movement. They've organised some of the largest demonstrations in the history of the state, one taking place the weekend before the general election. In February, the people decided to elect 90 plus TDs to this House with a mandate to scrap water charges and Irish water. They certainly weren't here with a mandate to reform Irish water or water charges, as some in Fianna Fáil would lead us to believe. It now appears that some little grubby deal has been done by Fine Gael and Fianna Fáil by pushing this issue up the road so that Fianna Fáil can support Enda Kenny being returned as Taoiseach. Last week, 39 TDs submitted a motion for a debate and a vote to end Irish water and water charges. The fact that Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael again colluded by stopping a vote on that motion to abolish the charges and Irish water tells a telling tale. This House should have acted on the mandate it received and put this issue to bed here today once and for all. The state has forcefully pursued Irish Water's agenda with Gardaí and private security firms in tow. Last year, across the state, over 188 people, ordinary citizens, were arrested for opposing the installation of water meters, some of which are being installed by companies who have friends in very high places. On the 14th of April, 14 people were arrested in Wicklow town for peacefully protesting against the rollout of the water metering programme, which is costing over €540 million. At that particular protest, not unlike many others, over 15 members of the Gardaí were present, acting as a private security firm for a private company. Last year, in a similar protest in Wicklow town again, 17 people were arrested by a force of over 30 members of the Gardaí. The irony, Minister, here is that due to Garda cutbacks, Wicklow town has no community Garda, and yet resources are being squandered protecting Dennis O'Brien. Would those resources not be better spent protecting the communities from the crime gangs that are terrorising and murdering people in all our communities? Would it not be better to stop raiding the limited resources that local authorities have in order to hand it over to Irish Water to install meters? The evidence indicates that the establishment of Irish Water and the introduction of water charges was more about privatisation than about conservation. Water meters and water charges do not encourage conservation. What does guarantee conservation is investing in the water sector, reducing the unacceptable high percentage of leaks and introducing water harvesting and dual flush systems as part of building regulations. Would it not make sense, Minister, to invest in infrastructure and fixing the leaks that are resulting in over 40% of water being lost, as opposed to the installation of water meters that I believe ultimately will become redundant? The electorate have spoken. They've said they don't want either water charges or Irish water. We don't need a commission of experts to be established to examine issues such as alternative charging systems. A panel of experts has already given their report, and that's the Irish people. They won't be fooled by any grubby little deal which kicks the issue of water charges down the road simply to put Enda Kenny back as Taoiseach. The mandate they gave to the majority of TDs here in this House is the total scrapping of water metering, Irish water and indeed water charges. And I ask the Minister to stop criminalising entire communities and stop it by stopping the rollout of the water metering programme immediately. Thanks, Cahill.
Thank you, Deputy.